after I sold my cylinder arm, my husband messaged me saying he wants an all leather gym bag. So then I went and found this baby. I plan on getting her airbrushed. I'm just trying to find someone to do it. We're going to airbrush her and make her fabulous because I love my green machine and I just like to look at pretty things. Grey on grey is just not what I want to stare at all day. So I plan on getting it painted. So if anybody in town knows someone, let me know. I'm just going to let you all know that I'm on and also pull up comments because I like to be able to see them. This is also the new setup for my sewing room, which is fun. I had somebody who's good with organisation come and help me do it. So hopefully I won't have to rearrange until I buy new things. Because you all know that's going to be a thing too. Alright, so that now has... I like to get a new straw. It is really long. But it's fine. Good morning, good morning. So I have cut out the bag. I woke up at 4:30 this morning with my entire body aching because my husband is now my personal trainer, and after one day, oh, see, even doing that, putting my arm out like that, pulls all in here. I am just sore everywhere. Ugh. So this is the new beast. It is, because I know you're all going to want to know what kind of machine it is. It is a GC0617D. Now, I don't know what any of that means. You guys all pay way more attention to that than I do. But it is a walking foot. I don't know where to put my laptop, but I need to see it because of the comments. I don't really have a plan. Maybe there? Hello, everybody. Right, so this is just, I don't know much about machines, but it's a walking foot, and I tested it with like a crap ton of leather layers, and it sews like a dream. So it's got a knee lift, which I don't know if you can tell from this angle. I'm going to need to get a new phone holder. This is pretty much as close as I can get currently. It is morning here. So I am making another... what's it called? Rascal. I love this bag. I love it in leather. So we're doing another one because I can, really. And this machine doesn't have like a motor underneath. There's just a button on top right there and it turns on. Oh, and then it makes like a weird noise every time. I'm a fan. I haven't actually sewn a whole bag. I've literally just done some stitching. So this could get quite interesting until I get used to it. But we'll see. So the brand, I don't know what brand it is. It says Sewing Machines Australia on the front. I'm assuming it's like a, I don't know. There is no brand name on this machine. It just says GC0617D. It's a good tell. Isn't that fun? Yeah, no idea. And I only have a couple of bobbins, so I plan on getting a crap ton more so that I can have all the colours. Because, you know, we need all the colours. We're going to put it, I've got to get used to, it's got like a whole electronic thing. I don't know how to set that up. Didn't come with instructions. There's also no measurements here, so I'm kind of going to have to eyeball it. Didn't think about that. It is bright in my new space because it's not really a new space, but I got the electrician to put in double the lights and set them to like the brightest setting. So it is lovely in here now. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Because there's no line to say 1/2 inch. We're going to kind of have to eyeball it a little bit. If I know where it is, so this is how we're going to do it today, and then I'm probably going to pull the plate out and use my laser to put some lines on. Don't judge me. So that is there. So we need to go kind of 3/4 of the way through the magnets for the seam allowance. That's how we're going to eyeball it today. About there. So here we go. Literally, I've only done one. Oh my God, this is so exciting. That was not fastest. I don't think I want to risk doing that just yet. That was fun. I also need my snips. I also forgot to grab the bin. Kicking goals, I know. I missed my magnet already. Okay, so it's it's the equivalent of a dookie. There you go. How fun. 4 stitch length for top stitching. And then I'm going to try and get nice and close back. I kind of like how the needle always stops down. That's clever. My other machine does not do that. I am not getting rid of the green machine either, before anybody thinks that that's happening. Absolutely not. Love my green machine. But I thought maybe, depending on how I go with this machine, this might now be my bag making machine, and I can set the other one up in like the softer fabrics. So I can do like dresses and stuff on the green machine. Change the needle down, change the plates back down to like normal. The top stitching is lovely, just if anybody's interested. And I managed to get it quite straight. This is literally the first time I've ever done that. So, winning a winner, chicken dinner. So there you go. It's equivalent to a Juki 1181. So thank you for that knowledge. I have an off-brand Juki. There we go. I don't go much for brands on anything ever, to be totally honest. I don't wear brand clothes. I make my own. I like Kmart stuff. The only things, like, so there's only a few exceptions to that rule. One is Tim Tams. Off-brand Tim Tams suck. Sorry, but they do. The chocolate's not right. It's just a thing. What else off-brand sucks? Don't know. So far, Tim Tams is the only one I've got. I don't think I'm going to have to adjust too much to this machine, which is nice. I'm going to clip everything today, just because, again, no seam allowance line. But I will rectify that later. I promise. So now I'm just going to top stitch around the edge within the seam allowance, which is anywhere here. I'm basically using the inner foot as my guide. Okay, I'll stop. That was way too much fun though. That's as fast as it goes. Flat to the floor, people. Probably for the best. That's still fun. Am I childish? Abso-freaking-lutely. I got my new machine. That when you get a brand new machine, you should not run it at full speed for the first month. Well, luckily for me, this is second hand. So, I don't have that problem. Ooh, careful. This is second hand from a lady that was just randomly selling it on Facebook. She didn't use it very much, apparently. She made a couple of like dog beds, and then her dog passed away, and then it just sat there. So it's had stuff all use, and it looks like it's had stuff all use. And she had a cover on it, and it just sat in a corner. So apparently I lucked out. All right, double-sided tape. I got a high lead machine just like it. It's wonderful for high-speed strap making. Ooh. I mean, I could just use the, oh, not that, that's a needle. I could just put this at the 1/2 inch mark. That is a very good point. Yeah. All right, there we go. That's now 1/2 inch. That's why we have these things. I just forget sometimes. Oh my gosh, the backing won't come off my sticky tape. It is basically a new machine, yes. I always enjoy machine. Do you know, I don't think you guys understand how excited I am every time I sit at the green machine. I possibly just don't outwardly express it. I love the fact that my machine is green and metallic. It just makes me so happy all the time. Like, I'm staring at it right now. This needs to be painted ASAP because I am not staring at grey my whole life. It's not a thing. Not a thing. Now, see, this is the problem. Because it's my first time, I'm like, okay, I don't have my rulers. Ugh. I mean, I can reach them, but it's a bit of a pain. So, since I have a bunch of leftover rulers here, it might turn out that I will get the rulers, the excess rulers, and have a set on this machine too. On the other hand, if I'm not going to do bags on the other one anymore, it might not be a problem. Don't know. We'll see. Alright, so 1.5 inches down. I'm just trying to place it kind of in the middle. It's a little bit over. There. So that one, and then that one. There we go. Happy days. So somebody has just Googled it, and it is the equivalent of an Ajuki. See, this is already going to go. It's in my way already. I didn't last long. I didn't even sew with it. It is a GC0617D. I have no idea what the GC or the D stands for, but it does have nice large bobbins, which I can appreciate. I want to have nice long tails because we're going to tie it through the back. In the corner, rotate. I love that it stays down. Very, very handy. All of this is still in my way. That hasn't changed. Really not as scary as I thought it was going to be either. I thought it might be a really big adjustment, but it's not, which is awesome. Come on. You know you want to. Okay. The green machine is not a walking foot machine. It is technically designed to make like leather jeans. There's no walking foot on the green machine. This one's the walking foot now. The green machine's just like a basic straight stitch, nothing fancy machine. It's not designed to make handbags the way I make handbags. I was warned that by the guy that services them. He's like, this is not what the machine's for. But he's like, but if it does it, go right ahead. So I do. I regret nothing. But no, technically, the green machine is designed to maybe do some like heavy denim. And that's it. And I make it do like, what, 6 layers of vinyl? Anything can be accomplished if you try hard enough, is like the motto, really. Super handy with the needle down. It's got buttons. I don't understand what they do. It says PS, and then it's just got like 2 buttons. I mean, we should play with them, but not on a leather bag because that's wasteful. Alright, I'm just going to kind of hack into here, and then I'm just going to cut a little bit behind so that we don't see the second leather. This also does not mean that I'm going to stop making vinyl bags. I'm just, funnily enough, I'm actually probably going to sew slower. Because the other machine goes faster. Just saying. The other machine I like hoon. This one I'm not going to be able to hoon as much because it just doesn't go as fast. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. You're probably not meant to sew at 1,000,000 miles an hour. But where's the fun in that? Okay. Cut out the hole. I don't have zipper tape on me, so I'll have to get up and get that in a minute. And it's usually just behind me, but the new machine means it's not, and that's okay. I'll just put that aside. Let's do this bit. Flip her over. So I've gone with like this cool lightning. This was from Inklings and the Kraken. And I think it matched a dragon fabric. But I just think it's amazing. It's kind of neutral and goes, it's like the closest thing I had to the blue. Like this color here matches the leather. So, oh my God, Horror's Christmas tote. That sounds amazing. Do love me some horror. I'm definitely obsessed. I have not decided, to be totally honest, depending on what kind of artist I get, I might paint this green and put horror characters on it or skulls. It's gonna be one or the other. And I don't care if nobody likes it. I will like it. Because everybody else puts flowers. And as much as I do enjoy looking at flowers, I don't want to stare at them while I'm sewing. I would prefer to have either classic horror or funky skulls. Not like creepy skulls. And I'm thinking more of a cartoonish horror. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on what the artist can accomplish. I can't do it. So, you know, we'll give options. Luckily for me, I can eyeball things pretty well. I just got to squish this so that it stays because it's already giving me grief. Still need the pliers, but this is more to make the sticky tape stick because it's a jerk. And that bit was really thick because it's leather, it's not the same. Do-do, 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 do-do. Yoink. And that looks the same. Make sure it's the same because, again, didn't draw anything on there. Nope, we can go down just a smidgy bit. And yes, smidgy bit is an acceptable measurement. Unable to connect to the chat, but that's the only bit I care about, computer. Stupid computer. Can't see the chat. So if I miss a comment, I do apologize. My laptop, my whole internet lately actually has been an outright jerk. Don't know why. It's not fun though. So I'm just gonna like use one as a guide and line them all up this way. Because it's just easiest. Site can't be reached. Well, I was just there. It's not my week, people. Can I get different feet for it? I mean, probably. I haven't tried yet. I thought I'd sew with it first and see if I need different feet. I'm not sure I'm going to need them, to be honest. Oh, what am I doing? I need zipper tape for this too. I might just go get the zipper tape. Give me 1 minute. What colour? I'm doing silver hardware. Ow. I have ordered some more zipper tape. This is currently all the zipper tape I've got, which to some of you might look like heaps. To me, it's like I get very few choices. So that one looks like I've got enough of that. Everything else is green or peach or I love this color. But it's the wrong brown for the leather. You know what? Oh, that's a different color too. Everything's a different color. I've got a tape measure along the front here, so that's kind of handy for zipper tape. I'm just making sure I've got enough before I start cutting into it. Otherwise, I'm going to have random pieces everywhere. We don't need that. I don't like to be wasteful if I can help it. Okay. So when I get the machine painted, I might leave the table. I want to get a sticker on here. because as cool as the front one is, it's a bit harder to line stuff up. So they're my 2 zipper tabs. So I'm also doing 2 zippers, zipper sections. And then this one can just be about that long. I like to eyeball it. And then this will be left over and I can make a matching wallet with this. So I could make a strumpet or a, I don't know, whatever I want really. Oh, let's see if this theory works where we fold the end over and stitch it. I mean, I suck at it anyway. But who knows? Maybe it'll work out for me. Oh, just did that thing again where I lost my thread. This little guard is kind of in the way, not gonna lie. Don't love it. I know I should keep it for, you know, safety reasons, and yet I really don't want to. Yoink. Ugh. Ugh. Right. Look at the mess I made. Don't think I'm loving this. I've given it a fair crack. That's probably the Aussiest thing I've ever said. Oh, I can't see the comments and my laptop's having a meltdown. It's charging. It's just not connecting to the internet. Jerk. I think the guard's going to have to go. I understand it's there for safety reasons, but I'll be all right. I fared this long without one. Okay. Right side down. I missed the beginning. So my new machine is a GC0617D. I did not pick it on its numbers. I picked it because I tested a piece of leather and it sewed what I wanted. Because my husband's picked quite a thick leather that he wants a gym bag in. But we're starting with this one because I've wanted to make this anyway. Oh, my husband's home. Can you hear the motorbike? I can. He likes to rev it really loud. I mean, I suppose that's why you get a loud bike, let's be honest. So for those that are new to my channel, this is one of my patterns. This is a Rascal. I originally designed this as a festival bag, but then I decided it was too skinny. So I did an add-on where we've added a gusset and a zipper top and, you know, bits that you might need. But it comes with a lot of tassels, which take a really long time to cut, but worth it because I think it looks amazing. Also, next door has a door. Next door has a door. He does. So, I don't know, and it keeps banging, and I'm going to go over there this afternoon and ask him to go and lock it because it's driving me insane slowly. Very slowly. You can hear it from in the house. It's just like a banging door. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're going to sew across there and down there. Apparently we're doing it this side up. Does it matter? Not really. I also don't know where 1/4 inches. We're kind of just winging it. Don't judge. I need... Oh, went over that beautifully, didn't it? Maybe. I mean, that seems to be working. As always, I'm guessing today. We're guessing seam allowances by what I know things look like. Chip. My computer still won't connect to the internet. I can't see your comments unless I catch them as they pop up. It's like a whole moment. Alright, let's do this one. Pop it under, needle down, stitch, stitch. Oh, I'm on a very long stitch length. Maybe we'll go down a bit. Yeah, I don't do slow. If I can't go fast, it's no use to me. Although it's a bit late because I've already bought it. I'm also throwing all the rubbish just in the tub, so that's going to be a thing. I also saw someone commented about I don't have any swag at the moment. So I'm going to rectify that situation. I'm going to go back to the magnets because I quite enjoy making the magnets. We're going to seal this edge first. You want to make sure you don't stretch the leather. And then pivot. This pivoting goes well. I curve out that corner. Oh, look how beautiful that was. Nice. Oh, I hate you, YouTube. Stop it. Okay, let's just try a new tab. YouTube. Nah. Maybe my internet's down in the area. Well, there you go. I can get different feet for it. That's cool. I probably won't need them, honestly. I don't change my feet. I've got so many feet for the green machine. Don't use any of them. I don't know. It's just a walking foot. I couldn't tell you which type. No idea. Not why I picked it. Ugh. See, it's being stubborn. Again, leather. Sometimes it can be a total jerk. Nope, I missed. I'm gonna have to clip it. This one's being stubborn. The other one was fine. This one not so much. See, it's just not joining the way it's supposed to. That's because this one is the one that had the thicker leather for this bit. I now have a box of leather scraps, so probably not today, but I would like to sew up all of my leather scraps to create a new something. I just need to pick a bag shape first so that I know what kind of scraps, like what shape I'm trying to put them in. So if anyone has any ideas about which one I should do, I thought maybe a temptress. I like temptress and I haven't made one in a while. I also thought this bag without all the fringing and accents would look cool. Don't know. Don't know. Oh, okay. Something's happened over here. So let's see if I can get the comments back so that I can answer you all. My internet just goes down. Oh, you believe it's a compound? I don't know. I thought a walking foot was a compound foot, so clearly I know nothing. Oh, okay, I can see all your comments. I stay with the foot that allows the needle to have no space next to it. That makes sense. My green machine's still here. Please nobody freak out. I promise. You're currently sitting, so the camera is sitting on the green machine. I will not get rid of it. She will be with me until she dies, or I can no longer sew, whatever happens first. So like, I don't know, if I'm in a coma, it's never to wake up again. That's probably about when it's going to need to be sold. But otherwise, she's staying with me. But if I'm going to make all my bags on here, which I haven't decided that yet, but if I do, I will convert the green machine back to a dressmaking machine and I'll make clothing on it. And like lightweight stuff. So like all the Christmas decor that I plan on doing will be on that machine. Why are you not... Okay, this is all messed up. I think I'm going to have to redo this. piece of leather is just not playing ball at all. Nope. This one's lovely. The other one, not so much. But that's right, because it just means I'll build one. I am not building this in any particular order. That would be way too easy. What I'm currently looking for is the other accent. I know I cut it. I know it's here somewhere. Yeah, there's one. Right in front of me. Okay. Go away, ads. Nobody cares. My Singer 132K6 is just a walking foot. Okay, stop with the ads. You know the sidebar ads? They keep moving on my comments. So rude. Alright, so while I've got this, we're going to put some more double-sided tape on the back of this. But that's the end of that double-sided tape. That's okay. That's my bin, so it can go there. Lift off the backing. Flip it over so I can eyeball it better. And put that in the middle. Nope, that's not the middle. We can do it this way, I suppose. So I recently watched Grease 2 and I keep humming the songs. So if it comes out of my mouth, I apologise. I like Grease 2. It gets a lot more hate than I think it should. I'm glad they didn't copy the storyline of number 1. I also really like that it's motorcycles. Bikes are cool. Literally married a guy that rides a bike. Okay. Really should have grabbed a bin. Alright, line it up at the top edge. Smooth it down. Let's top stitch. Down the edge, just within the seam allowance. The only one that matters is this one I'm about to do, because this is the one you see. Maybe should not have done a leather bag as the first one. Oh, that's cool. Honda trike. Trikes are cool. My dad had a buddy with a trike. It's got fluff on it, just if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. Alright, we're also going to put in an interior zipper pocket. Hi Patty, I am having a great day. This is the first bag I've ever made on my new beast. I also know, I forgot, we need to name her. The other one's called the Green Machine. I can accept that. This one's going to need a name. We're not picking a person's name. It has to be something weird. I broke my other straw, so I got a new one and it's really long. Okay, we're going to go to really skinny double-sided tape. We are going to paint it. But it won't be me. I'm going to get an airbrusher to put like cool stuff on it. I'm thinking either horror characters or skulls, depending on the skill set of the airbrush person we find. Hubby is onto it. He knows a lady that does, well, we're pretty sure she does it. So the next time he sees her at the gym, he's going to ask her. And then we'll get it like, so it'll be green, and then it will either have skulls on top, or it will have like cool horror characters all over it. Because I mean, there's enough, and it would be amazing. Just put their faces though, not like everything. It's always going to be green. Green's my jam. This actually work. Oh wait, what am I doing? Don't put that on yet. Ah! Stop it. See, I'm having a brain fart. I just want to do all the top stitching of the universe. I'd also like to make a point. This bag can be made on a non-walking foot machine. I've done it. Several of them, in fact. I need to find center bottom and probably center top. So it is a GC0617D, which is apparently the equivalent of a Juki 11 something. Dunno. It's never been my strong suit. The knowledge of those things. I think there looks good. I don't want it too close to the top because of this part. I hate dishes. Hate them. They're my least loved. Actually, no, I hate mopping more. I don't mind. Wait. Did it again. Gotta get used to that too. And this guard is in the way. It's gonna go. Next video, I won't have this guard because it makes it really hard to put the thread in. And I'm not interested in playing that game. Alright, let's see if I can follow a line with it. Kinda. Slower is not necessarily always better when trying to do straight lines. Just FYI. Yeah, see? Guard's gotta go. Don't know if it's a now problem or not though. So far, I have not managed to sew my finger, so I feel like I'm confident enough that I just will be fine. Johnny Blaze, that is a really cool name. I like it. Currently, we could call it Ghost because it's like greyish white. That's what kind of coloured ghosts are, aren't they? But it won't stay this colour. Triangle out the corners. Ghost Rider. See? So many cool names. We're going to finger press that. Finger press that. Push it through. Yeah. Finger press there. Roll this. Finger press there. The corner's been a bit whack, so I'm just going to Tory squish that too. Pop this over the top. There. Nope, missed. Okay. Move that. Put that up there. Let's try this top stitching jazz again. Tuck all that out of the way. Pivot. Pull this through, tie it off. do that while we can get to it. Where did I put the soul? Oh. Did anybody see? Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Different ones the other day. This one's like a pen. I should just clip it to me, except there's a very good chance once I do this I'm going to stab myself with it. We will see. At least I know where it is now. Beastmaster Bone Crusher. Ha! That's cool. Scream Machine. Oh, I love that. So I'll have the Green Machine and the Scream Machine. That's cool. That's possibly what it's going to end up being. Tackle that. Pull, clip, flip, pull, ha! Stab. Have the screen mask painted. See? Horror things. See, that would be the horror things. So I'd have the screen mask, and I'd have the Michael Myers mask from Halloween, and we'd have to do a Freddy Krueger. And who else do I love in horror movies? The Jigsaw doll. Jigsaw is so messed up. Just saying. Okay. Bag of hardware. Oh, this is just from the other side. Looks like we've decided that it will be Scream Machine and we will paint horror things. Also, the scariest movie that still affects me today, Final Destination. I will not drive behind a log truck ever, and I hate stopping on bridges. So if like I'm in traffic and we stop on a bridge, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, because of those movies. Chucky doll, yep, we're gonna have a Chucky doll. It shall be the Scream Machine. I mean, that definitely suits me. Me and my obsession of horror, it definitely suits. Here's the test. Top stitching around this. I'm definitely sewing slower than I normally do, but I will get used to it, I am sure. Also, that guard really has to go. It's so in the way. And let's be honest, I am putting my finger under the guard anyway, so it's probably more of a hindrance than a help as it is. I got my child obsessed with the Cool Rider song by Michelle Pfeiffer in Grease too. Skinwalker. That's a cool name too. That feels like a supernatural moment right there. Hiya! I won't drive right between 18-wheelers. It's more about the logs falling off and killing all the people, because that's literally one of the openings to one of the movies. Am I insane? Probably. Even though I've set this to like 2.5, they look like pretty big stitches. Maybe it doesn't go that small. I also wanted to see how it went with like skinny fabric. It happens not only in movies. See? Terrifying. The reason Michael Myers is so scary is because he doesn't have supernatural powers. It's not like the ghost stuff, like The Ring, right? He's just a messed up dude walking around stabbing people for funsies. Issues. Can't do that yet. I've got to get up and cut another piece for that. So let's just move completely on to something else. What is it John Cleese says? And now for something completely different. Love John Cleese. Monty Python is amazing. Is it the movie Final Destination? Yes. So Final Destination is the one that with the truck and the stuff. Absolutely. I still watch them. They're really fun to watch. I just also will not drive behind a logging truck. I feel like that movie scarred a whole generation. Highly recommend holding my threads. Yeah, probably. Ugh. Made my zipper a little bit wrong, but that's right. I just cut it off. Other end. So we're making this the other way because I already did the thing. The Omen. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. I meant to hold my threads. I just said that out loud, didn't I? Still didn't do it. Whatever. It's fine. Hold that thought, people. It's driving me insane. I'm done. I'm already done with it. Get off. I mean, you can change the height of it. I don't think it's going to change my mind, though. So just while we're here, the really, really big ones are giant shears from Spotlight. They're good. They're sharp enough, but they're actually too big to do stuff. See, poltergeist, ghosts. It's less realistic. Therefore, I'm not as scared. Not that I'm really scared anyway, but, you know. I don't want that. I'll just put it down there out of the way. See, because now I can actually get to the space. I haven't seen a 70s one. I feel like I'm sewing better with that guard off. Look how freaking straight that was. This is a sign, people. Take your guard off. And then we're going to fold it like this. And then I'm going to take my giant scissors again and then go across the bottom. Because technically they're different sizes. Then we can put the zipper pull on. And a 1. And a 2. Oh look, I do own a normal magnet. That was in like an old kit. Because I used to have hardware kits when I had the space for it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is another one. Leatherface, House of 1,000 Corpses. There's lots of messed up ones. But I'm more about the ones with the masks on here and the Chucky doll. Because then it's just not like the character people play. Like I don't need Jack Nicholson on here, for example. Really miss a bin. This is getting very messy over here. All right, down we go. We're going to use zipper tape to hold it in place. Let's see if that helps. Needle up. In front of the zipper. Needle down. Yeah, I can absolutely see better with that guard gone. Absolutely. I appreciate them thinking about my fingers, but I will be fine. And it always stops with the needle down. This is amazing. You don't know what you miss until you don't until you get it. Annabelle, see? Freddie, Jason Voorhees, definitely with the mask. All of these things I want on my sewing machine. And I don't care how messed up it is. And I don't necessarily care if I lose followers over it either. Everybody likes what they like. If you love cats, you could get all the cats on there. You could do a Halloween theme to do black cats and pumpkins and witches and coffins. I am not here to judge you. I am here to encourage you to make crazy decisions. I'd say it's impulsive, but it's really not impulsive that I love horror. I feel like we all know it to be true. Don't judge that very crooked line. I saw it. It's fine. But I was also curious how it would go on the lightweight fabrics, because that was a concern that I'd have to do the lining on the green machine and the exterior here, which would be super inconvenient, just FYI. Of the back of the bag, ladies and gentlemen. We should build the front of the bag. That's like the easy bit. That and that. That's dead, isn't it? Right. And then you're next, so you can just hang out nearby as well. Alrighty, let's do it. Double-sided tape. Normally I do this with 1/4 inch, but it just ran out, and it is what it is. I also enjoyed the movie Last House on the Left, where these, I don't know if you've seen it, but basically, these robbers kidnap someone, and they all go to, the lady's house. They shoot a chick, but she survives because she's a really good swimmer. Anyway, they go and just oh, we broke down, and try and stay in these people's houses, and then the parents turn around and kill them because they attacked their little girl. I was like, that was just so not expected. I like it. How big are the bobbins? Pretty big. Pretty big. They are about 9 millimeters in there, and they are 26 millimeters wide, which is just over an inch, if we believe my current thing. It's about an inch wide and about nearly 1/2 inch tall. I mean, they'd be 1/2 inch tall with the metal. All right, we're gonna lay this down. Love fringing, even though it's a time-sucking process to cut it. I love fringing. It's so pretty. And I like this lighter brown. So when I originally made this bag for someone, she chose dark brown instead of this one, but I actually like this one better. Actually, I might put one more bit of double-sided tape on there and get them off there. Stop it. Do, 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 do. I like my colour choice. Go with your gut on colour choice. Just because somebody else doesn't think it matches, ignore them. They're not the boss of you. See? How pretty is that together? I like it. This brown was like a random piece of brown my mum found on like a buy swap sale, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Okay. Oh, let's go up to a nicer, longer stitch length, see how that goes. Pivot, making sure all your fringing is out of the way. So I don't know if any of you saw, but I did another seemingly ugly video yesterday, and then I got a lot of comments saying that the fabric wasn't ugly. I understand this. I think a lot of them are ugly, but it's, you know, the person that sent it to me decided it was ugly. Or just maybe was not inspired enough to turn it into something fun. I really like the Sandra saddlebag. I think I want to make one, but make it like modern day size, so a lot smaller. Had some thoughts on that. Oh. Sorry, I can't help my. Do you know I even do that when I'm off camera? I just stand there and go. I know I'm insane. Don't worry about it. Okay, so best way to do this: fold all of the tassels across each other like this, and then if you grab the top two, right? And then like this bottom one here, and we just kind of wrap them around. It should, and then we put one clip. It kind of holds it all in place. So then we can, my clips keep breaking. It's gonna be time for new ones soon. So here's the next piece. So what we want it to hang like this. So we're gonna put it right sides up, right after I find the center. I also cut this by folding the piece of leather in half and then cutting 2 layers at once because it cut down the cut time by half. Could I say cut one more time for those in the back? This does have, I think it's a pretty big bobbin. Obviously that's relative to the person though. My walking foot, the cylinder arm I just got rid of had big bobbin. The LB at the end stands for large bobbin. That's why it's called that. The 335 LB literally stood for large bobbin. So it did have quite big bobbins as well. The main reason I got rid of that other machine is because you all couldn't relate to my videos on a cylinder arm. You can relate to this, it's a flatbed. And we all know that we can build it on a normal machine because I've been doing it for years. At least 8 years I've been... So, okay, my green machine I've had for at least 8 years and it's still gone strong. I think I've taken it for maybe 2 services in its life. Living its best life is what it's doing. I'm used to sewing truck tarps. Oh, that's cool. If you can sew a truck tarp, you can sew a bag. Those things have to be like... My friend did truck tarps. She used to live here. She used to do like the truck strapping and stuff. And don't they need to be like sewing graded or something? She had to get like a special permission license thing to be able to sew them, if I remember correctly. Oh, Seven Nation Army's back. I'm gonna fight the Seven Nation Army. At least it's not Jude Nukem 3D. and I shouldn't have said it because now it's going to be that. I find that this bit is the bit that takes the longest because you need to make sure you're not going to sew it into your seam, and you want to put a lot of clips on. These are one of those few places where I fully encourage all the clips of the universe. I cut too much fringing, so we're just going to chop that off. The fringing is meant to be in line with that top bit. So I have a little bit extra. It's fine. Just cut it off. Same at this end. Chop! That one only had a single one. Whatever. Clearly I did not find as middling as I thought I did. But it's fine. I'm going to baste this on because safety first. I don't want it to move. I don't care if it weighs thread. I get to do more sewing on the machine. So I'm still happy. Oh, stop it. Nice to know I can still sew and pull clips off at the same time. Quite impressed with that. So my sewing hasn't really changed all that much. Now that I've taken that guard off, I can see better. Therefore, my stitching will be better. Pull it out, trim it off in my bin. Do it. I have the original and it's awesome, but they're basic. The new ones have reverse, etc. Well, there you go. Someone else is encouraging you to do something. It's not just me today. Life's too short. While I understand we all have to plan for the future, at some point you also have to live in the now. Don't I sound very poetic today? Still true though. No, it doesn't do that. I did try. Oh! It just pushes the needle up. That's actually kind of good to know though. It does not have an auto cut up, but it pulls the needle up if I push backwards. We both realize I'm now going to try that again, right? After I clip a million things. So each of these leather bags I've designed with this pattern, I've done the colouring all slightly different. Oh, there goes my husband. He must have had to come home, shower and change. Oh, it's going to look so good. So if I put my heel back, it lifts the needle up. That's really good to know. We're going to have to get used to that. It's going to take me a minute. I have noticed that people with cutters tend to complain that it doesn't either cut the thread properly or it then sucks the thread out and you have to keep re-threading, which would annoy me. I have bad enough trouble with that as it is. There he goes. I'm sure you could hear that. Such a rev head. Not that I'm complaining. It's really quite fun. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, so each of the bags I've made in the last couple of weeks that have been leather bags, I've put the colorings all just slightly different. So the last one I made had 3 different colored leathers and not just 2. This one's got 2. It's a different brown and I've put it in slightly different spots. Yeah, no, I did. All right, we'll try it while we're sewing. See what happens. Might want our seam allowance guide. I really need to rectify that. That will be the first thing I do. Because doing that constantly will get old. I'm going to go back to a 3 stitch length. And then we we can just run it up against here. I just did that out loud, didn't I? Whatever. So then we back stitch, and then we go, now it just lifts it up. But that's still handy. Still handy. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. Can't tell me that's not totally freaking cool. I just like tassels, alright? I feel like I should make myself a tassel bag, but then I'd probably play with it too much. Oh, I wonder if I could put tassels on the new bag, the kangaroo. I reckon I could manage that. I think we might. Alright, let's take our back piece since I've made that now. So no cutter, unless the lady that set it all up turned it off, because there's always that possibility. Like I said, I haven't messed with all the things. But it does at least lift the needle up. Super handy. This side's always easier to put in. I also prefer to do it second. I don't know why. There's also no extra interfacing on the leather because generally speaking it's tough enough to just stand by itself. But how good. Also, as of, I don't know, this morning, I have discovered that there's a whole bunch of like black flowered plants. So my mission next week, probably, not this week, I'm busy, is to go and find seeds for all the glorious black plants because they were like dark and spooky. And then I'm going to build myself like a dark and spooky section of the garden. Tell me the model number. It is GC0617D. And it's not, and the motor's built into the end of it. It doesn't have like an underneath motor. There's no like cord and stuff. Very fancy. No, I have to push it back all the way to make it lift. There's no extra. I did try. I need some more water. All right, let's do this. Smells amazing. Put this back. Actually, I'm just not going to. I can just do it without it. Who are we kidding? I'm so used to sewing the seam allowance. It reminds me of my friend from high school when he got an apprenticeship as a diesel fitter. For the first year, for everything tightening, they had to use a torque wrench. And for those that don't know what a torque wrench is, you set it to what pressure you need and it clicks when you get there. So he can now torque things and get it to the right thing just by feel, because he practiced for like a full year or two with nothing but a torque wrench. Like that's how he did everything up. I feel like I'm having a bit of a similar thing with the seam allowance. All the way back, lifts it up. Love that. Woo. Oh, it's a clone of the King Max if it has a bunch of Alexa. It does have, so it's got 4 buttons. It says control system. It's got a capital P, a capital S up the top, and then down the bottom, it's got like 2 buttons and they're like angled. One of them has a button up, like an arrow up. The other one has an arrow down. So I'm assuming that's needle positioning is the first one. And then it's got like this squiggly arrow that points off that way. I have no idea what that means. I couldn't even guess. But does it matter? Absolutely not. We need to install these bad boys. And off to my, this has also got, I think, it's not a bigger table, but the machine is further over because we don't need all the space for the belt. So I feel like I've got more space here. Anyway, the point of that was is because here's this. I could mount these to the, no, because then if I ever have to do a giant project, that's not going to work. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. It was just a thought. A passing one at that. I love these as connectors on this bag. I think they're super cute. 1.5. Because I don't like them too high. It's not cool. I am quite happy with the needle to be down. I think that's wonderful. I mean, should I have maybe done some research before I just jump in and start making a bag? Probably. But you all know that that's just not how I roll. I barely read instructions if I have to. I'm a bit of a man like that. Don't ask for directions. Don't need to anymore. We have things called sat-navs. Do you feel like you have plenty of room? I do. So the 2 machines are now in the center of the room, and everything is right against the wall, but I do feel like I've got more space. These machines could even go a smidgy bit that way, and then I've got a little bit more walking room next to that. I had somebody else come and help me because spatially I am useless. I'm really good at maths, really good at like spatial organization. It's just not my thing. We can't all be cool, and I can't be good at everything. If that were the case, I would never need help. That's no fun. You make new friends when you get help. Alright, I'd just like to add a little piece of base stabilizer to these so that they don't, you know, have a connection. But I do feel like I've got a much more space. I love it. Okay. Ugh. I still haven't charged my other one. It's inside because I was doing inside things. One. So it goes screw, gasket, base stabilizer, shove it through the hole. I do recommend punching a proper hole and not just using a sewing awl. So I didn't mean to show you guys this machine. Totally just brain farted, and I wanted to show you guys a progress shot of the sewing room, forgetting at that moment that this was going to be a surprise until I got it painted. So I was just not going to tell anybody I had this machine, and then bam, come in and she's painted amazingly. But I got away from myself, clearly. So when I sent up the progress shot, the first thing you all spotted was the new sewing machine. So that was my bad. I wonder what I could program it to do. We should look into that collectively as a whole, because what's the coolest thing you've made a machine like this do in auto program? Because I wouldn't want it to auto backstitch all the time. I don't think that'd work out for me. But if I could put my heel back and it does like backstitch, and then lifts the needle, that would be cool. So I just use that function when I want to do that. All right, connectors in. Oh my god, there's so much rubbish in here. Stop it. Strap. Accent. I love this accent. I actually want to start just putting it on other bags. Makes me happy. And you could just change this to be 1-inch think instead of 3/4, and it would still be fabulous. Okay, so everything else in there is now rubbish. So now I have a rubbish bag. You turned off auto backstitch. Okay, so it's not as cool as I thought it would be. See, it's just a thought. I like that it lifts up. I feel like that's totally fine. That's probably enough. Now's the time where I really want... Oh, there it is. Got it. Oh, yeah. Found another roll of 1/4 inch. It's not a full roll, but does that matter? Absolutely not. I thought I had one. I have to get up and cut more pieces. I also still have enough of this blue to make other things, which is awesome. And if my stupid, I've been disconnected from chats again. I don't know what's wrong with the internet at the moment. They must be doing something. Because there is genuinely no reason for it to be so crap. I just paid the bill. I always pay on time, if not early. So it's not my lack of funds that's giving me grief. But I might contact them and be like, this is ridiculous. I'm cutting off all the fluff, especially near the edge. I don't know why, but this is quite fluffy. Just disappointing. So this half a cowhide I got in this blue was like $180, which is crazy expensive, but it's so pretty. And you just sell leather bags for more, because I don't know about you guys, but where I live, leather costs more, like way more. I am going to start doing more regular leather bags, because where I live, leather sells more than the vinyl ones do. But I still want to make the vinyl ones because they're pretty. So like each to their own. I also have decided I'm going to design a zip around wallet. I haven't quite decided what I want the inside to be yet, but just know that it is coming. Oh my god. I've made a mess. Whatever, that's what vacuums are for. I'm just trying to get off the fluffy bits. I just think it's going to be easier to sew without this stuff poking out the side, that's all. I could also go outside and run it over the Dremel. Okay. I feel better about that. So let's do it. Line up of the edge. Ah, stop it. Ah, see, pulled too much off. amazing what my brain becomes in tune with. I can hear motorbikes on the highway. It's because my husband's riding a bike today. So apparently my brain is now in tune. Oh, look how fluffy that is. How did I miss that? It's all just a bit much. It's like giving a really bad haircut to someone. Yeah, no, this bad internet is unacceptable. There's nothing else inside running internet. It's literally, I'm assuming my phone is running off phone internet right now, and the rest is going to try and look at chats. Useless. Chop. So if I don't respond, I'm very sorry, but I just didn't see it pop up in front of me. Alright. I also need to square this off a bit because it's just like a smidgy bit out. Skip. I don't care about that ad. I care about the other side ad bit. There we go. Billy 50's patterns. She does have fabulous patterns. There's a few of hers I haven't done videos of yet. It's not because I just don't want to. It's a time factor. Between writing patterns, cutting out patterns to do, custom orders, the laser, cleaning my house. There's only so much time that I have in life. I'm actually not mad that it doesn't go as fast as the green machine. Probably a good thing. Ugh, ran off the edge. That sucked. Yeah, should be right. Yeah! See, I remembered. 2 buttons by my needle. No, there's no buttons here. There's only buttons over there. No buttons here. 1 strap. I can do half of this and then I have to get up and cut another zipper thing because the other one had a bit of a meltdown when I was sewing it, and by a bit I really mean a lot. 1 and 2. The first thing we're going to do is sew these bad boys on the top, and this is just so that you can not see the lining from the outside. Can I speed up the motor? I have no idea. The motor's built into the machine. It's not like the green machine where it was underneath. There's an add-on. It's like a whole different thing. This is honestly the first time I've played with this machine. You guys have seen it first. I haven't messed with the settings. I'm just going with what it had. If I get stuck, I could ring Josh. Josh is the guy at Sewing Trade that I get all of my machine service from because he is amazing, like next level amazing, and he knows all the things. He's like my age and he just is a whiz at all things sewing machine. And sometimes it does house calls, which means I don't have to try and lift this because this is insanely heavy. This is way heavier than the green machine. I can't lift the heavy end. So that end's the heavy end. I physically couldn't lift it. I had to get my neighbor to come and help me take it off the back of the ute because hubby wasn't home to know what I was up to. And I could not lift it down from the heavy end. I could only take the light end. And even then it was still insanely heavy. So if this needs a service, I am going to need to pay the call out fee because I can't lift it. And he just slots me in when he's got time. So I assume that there's a way to speed up and slow this down. I just haven't found it. I haven't looked. I'd also like to point out that I still haven't run out of bobbin thread. Only one of these edges gets seen, but I like to sew all 4 edges on so it can't shift and stuff me about. In the bin. Yeah. Huh. I gotta get used to doing that. Hello, Roberta. You're not late. You arrived precisely when you mean to. And this is my new machine. We are going to call it the Scream machine. We had like a bit of a moment brainstorming earlier. It's going to get painted with like airbrush designs. It'll be amazing. It is a GC0617D from Australia Sewing Machines. They've got a plaque on the front. I'm most likely going to rip that off because that's where I want a horror character. Alright, we're going to fold this back, clip it down. And this is the first time I've ever used this machine for anybody that's just coming in now. It's quite fun. I'm having a blast. I did stuff up one piece. I gotta go recut it. It's fine. Can't judge myself. We had like a finger guard. It was getting in the way of my vision. I'm actually just going to clip that at the ends and nowhere else. I mainly want the leather accent at the top lined up. That's the important part of here. Bloody seam allowance. I also need to put the seam allowance on the plate, which I will be doing after this video. I have done it for someone. Somebody actually sent me their plate and I did it and then sent it back to them. I'm going to do it for myself because this is just ridiculous. So I'm just going to line up the 2 edges. Like so. It sews the oh, that was close. Nearly just sewed that. It sews the layers quite well, I must say. It does good. And the finger guard wasn't even helping anyway because my fingers fit underneath it. So I do not regret taking it off. It's making this much easier to get done. Yoink. And I just use my fingers like clips because I'm lazy and don't want to have to clip things. And I feel like I've done enough clipping on the outside. And up! Oh my god, I'm gonna do that every video. I gotta retell. That's so cool. Rethread, because I'm an idiot. Yoink. Check it for pinches. Yeah, no, we're good. I just like to check. Okay, I'm going to set that aside as well. We're just setting everything aside at the moment because under the laptop is the hardware, but that's also not what I need yet. I need, this is what's left of the brown leather. So I wanted to pick a scrappy bit, which looks like this bit here, to do this on. It just fits. It's a sign. So I'm just going to cut that off the main bit because I'm not lugging all of that around. And this will be a matching wallet, most likely. Oh. My husband gave me a workout because I asked him to. He's now my personal trainer, so I can get fit for summer. We did something. He's like, we only did like 45%. My whole body aches to the point it woke me up. At 4:30 this morning, I woke up with a sore body. Sore legs, sore arms, sore this muscle in here on both sides, sore butt. It's outrageous is what it is. I didn't know I could be so sore. I'm just going to stick a little bit on the long end so that they don't move. That'll do. Just enough to like make sure. And I possibly could have done it without it, but you know, I didn't. It's better to be safe than sorry, because the last one I was just trying to wing it over it and I wrecked it. So, you know, there's that. Stick it down. Forward, back. Up to a longer stitch length is probably a good idea. And get that tail out of there. It's going to get in my way. So I'm using the inner foot to stitch nice and close to the edge. And I'm going slowly so I don't fall off the edge, because we all know it's very possible that I would do that. One more stitch and around the edge. Now with curves, you should try and go smoothly. Even if it's slow and smoothly. Slow is fine, but smoothly is the key. I nearly went to move it by myself then. Ah! Did it again. Stop it. I didn't lift my knee lift up high enough. I can do another video where I show you my room. It's still not finished. I kind of stopped halfway through. Like I'm up to like the, you know, the little fiddly stuff at the end. I'm up to that. But I keep putting it off because I'm doing other things. Like this morning I could have done it, but I wanted to cut out this because you guys all wanted to see me play with my new machine. And I've got a couple of things around the room at the moment of things I need to fix for my friends. I don't do fixing as a full-time job, but for my mates. One of my mates does like body sculpting competitions, and we have to adjust the fabulous bikini and the way it does up. So I've done that, but it's just sitting over there. I've got to replace an invisible zipper in another mate's dress, and I've got a pair of shorts to replace the zipper, and one of my dresses needs a zipper done, so I'm gonna have like a zipper afternoon. I also have a demo this Saturday at Spotlight, and I will be demoing how to make like Santa sacks and stuff. So I have to make one of them. So it might end up being a video on my domestic machine inside, depending on how messy the space is. It's always easier to cut one of the fancy shapes and then cut the excess off, because the edges now perfectly match and it's not as hard to line up. I will be keeping that bit for my patchworky bag. Also, did we have a thought on which bag, or am I just going to do a temptress? Because I am open to suggestions. Don't need the magnet for this bag. The magnet was for the non-add-on version. Missed. I also don't want to stick a magnet on here because we're going to paint it, so I want to wait to the end. The lining has kind of puckered a little bit, which I'm not loving. All right, I need to cut. Actually, first, let's do this. Do this bit first. So these are 3/4 inch, but you could quite easily adjust the pattern to 1 inch. Also, if you have a cutting machine, you could use that. And I went with silver hardware because the last one I did gold, so I wanted to do something different. And then the other bag that I made another lady was black hardware. So I'm just trying to keep them all really different. That's my whole thing. I bought with me the box of silver hardware fiddly bits. And it looks like I've put different size rivets in the same box. How annoying. I hate it when I do that. 1, 2, 3. They're like 1 mil difference, but apparently my brain can tell. So, I mean, good job brain, but also, how annoying. Yes, alright, so there's 4 of them. These bits are all the same though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I gotta, oh my gosh, it hurts to stand up. Oh, the whole top third of my leg and my butt just aches. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. And what's the Betty tortures me again tomorrow? I had some magnesium drink thing this morning to see if it would help. I don't think it helped. But there's like 29 days until the 1st of December. So my mission is to lose 5 kilos in the 29 days. And I'm not changing my eating habits. I like what I eat. And if I go on a diet, it'll never ever last. Oh, man. You know what I just did? Dodged it. Damn it! That's alright. Side cutters are your friend. See? Easy peasy. Just annoying is what that is. Not tricky. Merely annoying. Ugh. I haven't stabbed myself with this though. I feel like I'm going pretty well there. Let's hope I didn't just jinx myself by saying it out loud. But so far, have not stabbed myself. Always know where it is. Handy. Alright, pop the other one in. What is going on? It just did it again. It didn't do it on the other one. There's nothing in there. Ah. That's why you should always have extra rivets on hand for when we do stupid crap like that. Oh, I ripped the cap off. Not quite what I was aiming for. I don't understand what its deal is. There's no reason for that to have done that. And this one, of course, wants to be stubborn. Sometimes they come out easy, and sometimes they're a jerk. Hello, Barbara. This is my new machine. We shall be calling it the Scream Machine. It is a GC 0617D. Okay, this one has to work. I know it worked fine. No idea what the difference was. Absolutely none. Ridiculous. Because even though I rotary cutted this, apparently it still went crooked. But this bit looks so cool. We can't not do it. P is program and S is save. Thank you. That's good to know. I've never had such trouble with rivets before. I don't know what's going on. It's because I'm on a live. You're damn right it is. I'll just be extra super careful because I've learnt my lesson. Again, worked fine. No idea. But, oh, love that little accent. And I understand that this bag is not for everyone. And I know I've made it a lot lately, but I know it'll sell. One and two. Why you should always have your box next to you. Magnesium oil spray. I drank some magnesium fancy crap. It's like a gym thing. We might have some magnesium spray at home. We have a magnesium pool. I could just go swimming. It's quite cold here though at the moment. Boop, 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 you go over there and you come here and then we line it up. Make sure it's not wobbly and squish. See, another rivet that was totally fine. No idea what's going on. But the strap's done. We're up to the part where I have to stand up and cut something again because I stuffed it all. Was that a motorcycle? No, that was a train. So we live behind a train line, but not the main line. It's like some occasionally used one. You get maybe 1 or 2 trains a day, and even not every day. So that was a train that went behind there. My husband was on his motorbike earlier though. Okay, so what do I need to cut? I need to cut one of the, what color do we do? Brown and one of the lining. Or I could just unpick this. Oh, I suppose. Oh my god, that hurts so much to bend over. Because I kind of need the zipper tape back too. Ha! Hey, it should not be so hard to pull out. I don't know what's going on. I need the zipper tape regardless. So we have to unpick this. So this was my earlier attempt at sewing the leather, but it didn't want to bend properly, and apparently I just botched it. It is what it is. This was before we took the guard off. See? Look how good it's going since I took the guard off. Could I have learnt to sew with a guard? Possibly, but we're not doing that. It's because this piece of leather was like a thick, edgy bit. I know what's wrong. What is your email? I can send you the manual. Oh, awesome. So seems legit sewing at gmail.com, because I didn't pay to have like info at seemslegit.com, because I just don't know how much people care about emails, like an email address. They were like $10 a month to have a custom email address, and I just don't think I care that much. Gmail works fine for me. Loads nice and easy. Everyone's a winner. Someone suggested that I get one, and I'm just like, eh. I've still got my, like, business name in it. Totally counts. Hiya! I just shredded that, probably is a better word. Another one's back the door. I don't know why that's in my head right now. I'm not unpicking all of it because we're not keeping the leather part of this, but I'd really like to save the zip, if nothing else. Maybe the lining. Nothing wrong with those bits. It's only the leather that's giving me grief. And to be honest, I don't even really understand why it's giving me grief. Because that bit looked, for the most part, like it's sewed properly. It's just the top stitching that had a meltdown. Oh, I can't even do that. Yeah, no, so the machine came with, well, actually I have this. I haven't really looked into it though. And this one doesn't show the things, I haven't read it, right? Because I flicked through it, and the manual doesn't show anything about the motor. Like, if you have a look there, there's no motor, so therefore this is not going to tell me how to make the motor work. Therefore, I will probably never read that, ever, in existence. Ugh, so much rubbish. Stop it. Ooh. Keep doing that. That was good. I'm going to see if I can savor this, because it might be quicker. It might not be. Thank you, lovely. Oh, my butt. What if cut that off? Maybe that'll help. I'm determined to make this work, just because now that I don't have the guard on there, I'm hoping that I'll be able to sew it better. I'm just putting a lot of clips because it's all trying to fight me, and I'm going to sew it in separate pieces because I'm thinking that that might help too. I'm on my full stitch length. We're going to sew short edge first. Oh, open edge first, sorry, not short edge. Open edge first. And then we're going to do that and then lift that all the way up. So that's the first bit, and then I can use my pliers to squish it. This is my solution to the problem. So basically that seam there, see how it's not sitting properly? It's being weird. This is not a built-in light. This is the light that, oh, this light's cool, yes. But I've also got a central light overhead and I've got 4 new LED lights in my sewing room. There's a lot of light in this room now, so my videos will no longer be dark and creepy. They'll be bright and creepy. Totally fine. 2 hands for squishing. Oh, that hurts my muscles. My poor muscles. My body does not like exercise. It's about to go on strike, I reckon. Alright, on that edge, right there. But no, this light is quite handy. Oh, the LED, so it's an LED strip, I've just checked. That's cool. You might be wondering what I'm doing. I am tacking that down where it's supposed to be because it's trying to fight me some more. So rude. I'm gonna get this if it kills me. It's just this piece of leather, because the other side worked fine. It's the thickness of this leather and the small seam allowance that I'm trying to make it bend on itself. I can know exactly why it's being stubborn. I just refuse to allow it to continue. That's all. So we're gonna sew this slow to make sure that it behaves itself. Also, way easy with the guard off, just saying. Do you have a guard on your machine? Do you find sewing tricky? It might be time to get rid of it. Turn. And down. That one worked fine. Oh, and there's, okay, so we finally reached the bottom. Or end of the first bobbin of the day. So we got a really long way through. Ha! Forgot to do that. This one's also not as easy to get out. I also kind of appreciate that you guys haven't seen me pull faces all day. Alright, so I'm going to leave that whole I'm going to feed it through thing because I hate threading machines. This is going to go on top here, and then it's got its own bobbin winding doodad, which I always hate threading, but it is what it is. This one you have to thread. Makes it quite tight so that it won't get all crazy, and then we just push this, and I actually think this doesn't move. Oh no, it does. We might put that up. So again, I like to wind these at full ball. That's full ball. I don't know why they say full ball. Well, it's a half ball. And this theoretically will stop when it's full. I can see it moving further and further out. On there quite tight. So that is quite a lot of thread. It's a pretty big bobbin. It's not the biggest bobbin I've ever seen, but this is not the biggest machine I've ever seen either. So I mean, take from that what you will. And then we're just going to tie. This view is actually really good to see this. So we're going to tie this to there and then pull it through all the crap bits, which sometimes that knot gets stuck in there, like right now. How rude. That's just because the tension's so insanely tight. I could probably let that off just a little bit. And now I only have to thread the last bit of the machine. So the bit that moves up and down, if you don't take it out of there, it gets knotted. I've played that game one too many times. Actually, probably about 4 too many times. My hubby says he gets a sunburn in my sewing room. Ha! It's good to have bright lights, honestly. Alright. Down and up. I do one full rotation and then pull them through like so. And now we're good to go again. Yoink. Cut off all these tails. Tails are the enemy. Enemy. In the center. And you can even mark in the center of this too if you need to. And then stick this to this along the top edge to there. Fold this over. I'm going to clip that on there so it won't get stuck. And then we are going to top stitch all the way around. Seriously, without that guard, I'm a champion of this machine. It's amazing the difference that little piece of metal was doing to my vision. I mean, and I've had a bit of practice. We've made nearly a whole bag now. I'm getting used to the machine as well. Ha! It's going to take me a while to remember to do that automatically. I keep going to reach for it, and then it's like, no, you don't need to. Okay. We're going to add this into here. Clip. And I like 2 clips on that feature section. And 2 clips. And I forgot to find center bottom, so let's do that now. And center bottom. Clips facing the gusset. You can actually do it either way. Yesterday's video I did them opposite just to prove that you can, so therefore it's more of a preference than anything. Don't let me tell you what to do. But no, with how bright it is in this room now, I can see so much better. The little LED lights that I used to have magneted in here are now magneted under my racking so that I can see what I'm cutting. So I haven't got rid of anything. Everything's still being used. It's just utilised better. That's all. I don't really know why I decided to clip this. It doesn't need it. I'm also going to put the stitch length back to 2.5 while I remember. A lot of clips, but it's fine. I love that it's going to be called the Scream Machine. Maybe they could put the name of it like here. Oh man, it's really not working out not having a seam line. It's driving me slowly insane. It's only been one bag, so I absolutely need to fix that today. I do think yesterday's seemingly ugly bag would look really cute in all leather. Like, quite cute. How is my mom coming along with my crochet critters? She has finished one. She struggles with black though, so we have to space them out because black's harder to see. But the next patterns I need to purchase are the Alien versus Predator, because that's absolutely next. And then they will sit kind of around here in different camera angles. I'll make sure to have at least one in each video once they arrive. I'm also getting one made for Sandra, who is my package pal. Because how cool. Trim off the excess, people. It'll just make the bag sit nicer. Right, in my makeshift bin. Does DTS not cause an issue? The double-sided tape that I have, I've never had an issue with. So it's the one I sell, it's the one Sandra discovered along the way. So I've never had an issue sticking to anything. It's amazing. That way? I'd think about which way I want the lining to go in then. But no, I'm definitely a large fan of this double-sided tape. So I have 3/4, 1/4, and 1/8 of an inch on my website. I don't have quarter. No, I don't have half. I use 3/4 instead. I actually like it way better. I will never buy 1/2 inch again. I'm sticking to 3/4 forever. So this new machine is a GC0617D. I didn't buy it on the numbers. I found it secondhand on Buy, Swap and Sell, but it has barely been used. Like, it's schmick. Schmicko. I don't know if you guys say that overseas, but we definitely say it here. Schmicko. Love it. Okay, bag is clipped together. I'm going to move my stabby thing. I'm also going to move these off and out of the way. Whew. And I'm going to have some more water. I'm nearly out. I try and drink like 3 to 4 of these a day. I'm going to have to eyeball this too. Now this seam you can actually change to whatever you want. It all works out about the same, to be honest. But no, I'm loving this new machine. This is the first bag I've ever made on it. I thought I'd do it live, and you've seen all my mistakes. I only made one major one, and then I just unpicked it and fixed it anyway. Fine. But I am going to love this. So a lot more bag videos are going to be on here, just because I have it. See, I went to do it again. It's not quite habit yet. It'll take a minute. And then when I go and sew on the other machine, I'll be like, why aren't you lifting? It's fine. Alright, lining out. Zipper pocket. Did I open it? I didn't. Doesn't matter. Lining. Do not grab it by the fringing. I did that once and literally pulled off a chunk of fringing. So then I had to unpick it and replace said fringing. Was not ideal, people. at all. I'm not making terrible time. I mean, it's been 2 hours, but it's a brand new machine. It's not bad, honestly. And I had like technical difficulties amongst all that. But no, I am going to get a whole bunch of horror critters because I think they'd be super cool, and then they'll match my Scream Machine, which I love that name. You guys are very clever. Green Machine and Scream Machine. But if hubby's friend can't do it, I'm just going to take it to like a place that does motorcycles, and they can do it there. So we want to gently pull this through. Do not yank on it. That is how you break things. We gently tug, not yank. There is a difference, believe it or not. So cool. So this machine is designed for like some real heavy stuff. Ugh, I remembered quicker that time. I'm getting quicker. Alright, in the pocket. I don't know why I decided to do waterproof pockets. I just did. I'm also going to need a zipper end. That's right, I'll get to that. But so far, not bad. Alright, so now, the tricky bit. We're going to roll that seam up, and I'm going to add a bunch of clips. Roll the seam up, add a bunch of clips. Especially at the sides here. That's going to need a squishing. Just to get it. The machine will be able to sew it fine, but it'll be easier to get a straight line if it's squished. So it's not necessarily just about holding it in place and making sure you can sew over it. It's you want it to look good, or what's the point? Ugh. And that did considerably reduce that size. Considerably. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Clip it. It's important to take the time with this. See, vinyl, again, more pliable for this part. Alright, next side seams. I also didn't cut any of the bulk out, which, you know, might be contributing to my excessively bulky seam, but should be right. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh, these are very unforgiving on your hands. Still looks fabulous. Even from the back. Look at the back. It's still fabulous. Everywhere. Okay. Longer top stitch length. Under we go. Now this I'm going to do really slowly. Okay, apparently I'm not going to do it that slowly. Thought I was. Bring Bring the bag around. Now I've got to be careful because there's also that hardware in there. Uh-oh. Why is that doing that? Uh-oh. What have I done? It's making clicky noises. That can't be good. I don't know. Sewed it. Just made weird noises while I was doing it. I have no idea. Possibly because I didn't cut the seam allowance out. Sewed it all fine though. There's no issues. Just makes weird clicky noises. What can I say? Yoink! I'm going to tie this off now before we get to it because things can go awkward. Melt that down later. No, I can't survive without a knee lift now. Needs to be a staple in my life. See? Doing that thing again. I don't know. I think it's just maybe extra thick. I'm so close to finish though. Home stretch. I didn't use the knee lift thing or the foot lift. I don't know. Stitched it fine. It's just making weird noises. I have no answer. None. But I mean, how good does the bag look? I don't think this will last long. Hopefully, I'll be able to take the photos pretty soon. And then I will just pop it up for sale. It looks amazing. Zipper on. Ah yes, remember to like the video. Also, hello Helen. I didn't see you sneak on here. One of those and one of those. I have these cute little jars that all the screws live in, so if I do drop this, it's less of a dramatic nightmare. I mean, it would still suck, but it would be less dramatic. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Roll it up. Shove it in. Nope, okay. We'll go back to the way I do it. I do it in thirds. And then shove it on. Getting some motivation from me. Oh, that's good. Have you picked a pattern to make yet? So Helen just got back from a very long, extended, not vacation. So we need her to be inspired to make something fabulous with all her sewing machines now that she's back in the vicinity of them. Whoa! That's not meant to happen. That's right. Tuck that down there, and then down there, and then strap on. One and two. Oh my gosh. I love it. Ah! Tap off! I don't care how crazy I am. You will not change my mind. Told you there was a lot of cool new patterns. I am so out of date on what's been released recently. Sorry guys. Please don't rely on me for your new releases. I just make things as I get them. I have so many patterns here cut out. They're all now. They were like close to like the release date when I got them. I'm out of water. That's okay. First bag on my new machine. It still needs the Tory squish. So for those that don't know what that is, it's where you take the seam, roll it in your fingers so that you get it all the way to the edge, and then violently shake it. It creates a crease in the leather or the vinyl, which then helps the bag to sit where it's hold instead of where it wants to. It stops this seam kind of rolling in and losing half your bag. Yeah. See, already sits better. Anyway, I'm going to go because it's been like 2 hours and 15 minutes and I just need some more water, really. And then I might try and set up inside with the domestic machine, depending on whatever that noise is outside. And I can sew some Christmassy things, inspire you for Christmas, because it's like 29 days until the 1st of December, which is close. Food for thought. Now, you either want to start sewing now for Halloween, or if you don't do the Halloween thing, you want to start planning out all the crap you need for Christmas. I know I have. I've written a list of everything I need to do. Most of it's lasery, but we'll get there. It's not depressing. We don't look at the negatives. We're looking at the positives. I've given you plenty of time. I've put it in your brain, and I'm giving you plenty of time to prep for such an occasion. Positive thinking, not negative. You've got this. Right, I am going. I'm going to go clean up all the mess I just made. But I will be around. Hopefully I'll get some more videos done this week. Tomorrow's video, I'm going to pre-record the kangaroo pattern, which is coming. And then we're doing Halloween. I've convinced, oh my God, this is a very big deal. I have convinced my husband to decorate for Halloween outside our house. This is a very big deal. He is anti-decoration. He's anti-everything. But we live in a court, and yesterday there was like 14 children all playing out the front. So for that reason, I have used it as a bit of a manipulation tactic to convince him that we need to decorate for Halloween. And he agreed, so there's no takes backsies. So happy. Don't know what I'm going to do yet, but we're going to get there. It'll be fine. I've got extreme ideas, but so far he shut most of them down. 29 days until the 1st of December. Oh no, not 29. 50, wait. 89. 89, not 29. Sorry, it's not next month. My bad. 89 days. It was a 90 day, because someone's doing a 90-day challenge, and she told me about it the other day. So it's something like that. I think I stuffed it up. Sorry. Not a month, not 29 days, 89 days. Which is probably 88 today, now that I think about that. I probably shouldn't have mentioned it. Clearly, I have no idea what's going on. But it's less than 90 days till Christmas, and everybody starts putting out their Christmas decorations on December 1st. So either way, think about things that you might want to sew. You might want to laser, if I've convinced you to get a laser. 89. Better. Okay. Does anyone know of a stitchable frosted plastic that can be put into a panel? Ooh. Can you get frosted clear vinyl? That would be a solution if you want to sew it in. Otherwise, you can get frosted acrylic, but it's not sewable. You could hand sew it. You could get like holes and screw holes into it and hand sew it in. Options. All right, I'm going. I really need some water. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.